Top 7 vitamins to strengthen your legs. Boost balance and mobility. After 60.
Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, swing your legs out of bed, and stand up with power, confidence, and zero hesitation. No wobbling, no painful cramps. Just strong, steady legs carrying you through your day. Sounds like a dream, right? But what if I told you that the secret to stronger legs and better balance doesn't start with exercise? It starts with nutrition. If you're a senior or care about someone who is, today's video is a must-watch. We're diving into the top 7 essential vitamins and minerals that help you maintain strong legs, reduce muscle cramps, and stay independent as you age. So stay with me until the end. You might be surprised by how simple it is to take back control of your mobility and strength. And before we dive in, tell me, where are you tuning in from? I'd love to connect with you in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a health tip from Mindful Healthy Aging. Let's get started with the most important vitamin your legs might be begging for.
Vitamin D. Let's talk about vitamin D, often underestimated, but absolutely essential. As we age, we all expect a few changes, but weak muscles, wobbly steps, and those annoying leg cramps, they're not just part of getting older. They're often signs of something preventable, a vitamin D deficiency. Here's the truth. Our bodies become less efficient at producing vitamin D as we age. Combine that with less time outdoors and more sunscreen use, which blocks vitamin D synthesis. And you've got a silent epidemic among seniors, widespread vitamin D deficiency. So, why does that matter? Because vitamin D is not just about bone health or avoiding rickets. It's one of the foundations of lower body strength, balance, and mobility. Studies have shown that seniors with healthy vitamin D levels have stronger muscle fibers, better coordination, and fewer falls. Meanwhile, those who are deficient often deal with weakened leg muscles, slower reflexes, and difficulty performing everyday tasks, like climbing stairs or rising from a chair. Here's why. Vitamin D directly supports muscle function by enhancing protein synthesis and improving how your nerves communicate with your muscles. Think of it like fine-tuning the connection between your brain and your legs. Without it, the signals get scrambled. More importantly, vitamin D helps preserve fast-twitch muscle fibers, the very ones that spring into action to help catch your balance or prevent a fall. When these fibers deteriorate, reaction times slow down, increasing the risk of serious injury. And let's not forget pain, chronic leg pain, stiffness, or frequent cramps. Those might not just be wear and tear. They could be your body screaming for more vitamin D. This vitamin helps reduce inflammation in muscle tissue, relieving many of the aches seniors chalk up to just aging. But here's the scary part. When vitamin D runs low, the risks go far beyond muscle weakness. Without enough D, your body can't absorb calcium properly, which leads to brittle bones, osteoporosis, and a much higher chance of fractures. For seniors, even a simple slip can become a life-altering injury. And the ripple effects don't stop there. Low vitamin D has also been linked to heart disease, memory decline, and a weakened immune system. But here's the good news. It's not hard to fix. Let me show you how to boost your vitamin D safely and effectively. Sunlight. Just 15 to 30 minutes of sunlight on your skin, especially in the morning or late afternoon, can do wonders. Focus on exposing your arms and legs for best results. But remember, sunscreen blocks vitamin D production, so time your exposure wisely. Vitamin D-rich foods, fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, egg yolks, fortified dairy or plant milks, and mushrooms are excellent additions to your plate. Supplements. For many seniors, especially those who stay indoors, a daily vitamin D supplement is key. Experts typically recommend 800 to 1,000 IU per day, though some may need more under a doctor's supervision. Not sure where you stand? Ask your doctor for a simple blood test. It's one of the easiest ways to prevent falls and maintain independence as you age. Next up, calcium, the backbone of strong legs and stable steps. Don't go anywhere. Your future mobility might just depend on it. Calcium, the unsung hero of bone strength. Continuing from our discussion on the importance of vitamin D in protecting bones and preventing falls in older adults, let's now dive deeper into another crucial group of nutrients, those silent forces whose absence can gradually weaken your legs until you barely recognize yourself. Let's start with calcium, a nutrient that seems familiar to many, yet its profound impact on bone and muscle health is often underestimated. As we age, our bones no longer regenerate as quickly as they once did. Instead, we gradually lose bone density over time. This makes our bones more fragile and prone to fractures. A simple fall that might have caused just a bruise in our younger days could now result in a hip fracture, a broken femur, or fine cracks in the lower limbs. Serious injuries that can take months to heal, or, worse, lead to permanent loss of mobility. But calcium isn't just for bones. Few people realize that calcium plays a key role in muscle contraction. Every step you take, every time you rise from a chair, relies on a delicate coordination between calcium ions and muscle fibers. Calcium is the trigger that sets muscle movement into motion. Without enough of it, muscles can become weak, cramp unexpectedly, or simply lack the strength to stabilize your body. That's why calcium deficiency often leads to muscle cramps, sluggish movement, or early fatigue, even during light activity. So how can you make sure your body gets enough calcium each day? Dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese remain some of the best sources of calcium. But if you're not consuming dairy, there are plenty of alternatives. Leafy greens, like kale and bok choy, almonds, tofu, sardines, and calcium-fortified plant-based milks. The key is variety. By eating from multiple sources, your body absorbs calcium more efficiently and consistently. For some, especially those with dietary restrictions or absorption issues, food alone may not suffice. In these cases, calcium supplements become a necessary option, especially when paired with vitamin D, which helps the body absorb calcium more effectively. Still, remember this: more isn't always better. Over-supplementing with calcium, particularly from pills, can lead to kidney stones, arterial calcification, and digestive issues. For older adults, the recommended daily intake of calcium is between 1,000 and 1,200 milligrams, preferably from food. Only supplement if your doctor advises it. Another critical piece of the puzzle: movement. Even if you're getting enough calcium, without regular physical activity, your bones won't get stronger. Weight-bearing exercises like walking, light weightlifting, or gentle jogging are key to stimulating bone regeneration. They help ensure calcium goes where it's needed, your bones and muscles, instead of building up in the wrong places. Neglecting calcium doesn't just weaken bones. It gradually robs you of your mobility, your ability to do the things you love, and your independence in everyday life. To maintain a strong, stable body, it's not just about bones. Your muscles and nervous system must work in harmony too. That's where vitamin B12 comes in, playing its quiet yet vital role. Vitamin B12, the key to neuromuscular function and mobility. As we continue our journey through nutrients that play a crucial role in leg strength and mobility, let's turn our attention to vitamin B12. Often overshadowed by its more popular counterparts like calcium and protein, vitamin B12 plays an essential, yet often overlooked role in neuromuscular health. It is a key player in maintaining nerve health, ensuring that the electrical impulses traveling from your spinal cord to your legs are strong and precise. Without an adequate supply of B12, your muscles don't receive the necessary signals, leading to weakness, instability, and even a gradual loss of control over movement. Have you ever felt a slight numbness or tingling sensation in your legs? Or noticed that your legs seem to feel heavier than usual? This could very well be a sign of vitamin B12 deficiency. In fact, one of the most common symptoms of a lack of B12 is exactly that: the feeling of tired, heavy legs. This sensation can be accompanied by a sense of weakness, making movement more difficult and less stable. Here's the problem: vitamin B12 deficiency is surprisingly common among older adults. But why is it so prevalent, especially among seniors? Unlike other vitamins that can be stored in fat or absorbed from a wide variety of foods, vitamin B12 absorption is a bit more complicated. Your body requires adequate stomach acid and a protein called intrinsic factor to extract B12 from food. As we age, our stomach acid production decreases, and conditions such as gastritis, acid reflux, and even the long-term use of antacids can further impair the absorption process. To add to the challenge, many seniors unknowingly consume diets that are low in B12-rich foods, leading to a gradual depletion of this vital nutrient. The consequences of vitamin B12 deficiency go far beyond just feeling fatigued or weak. When left unaddressed, it can lead to irreversible nerve damage, affecting balance, coordination, and reflexes. Many seniors who struggle with frequent falls, difficulty walking, or a sense that their legs just don't work as they used to are actually experiencing the neurological effects of a B12 shortage. These symptoms are often dismissed as a natural part of aging when, in reality, they are entirely preventable. The good news? Restoring vitamin B12 levels can have a profound impact on mobility, energy, and overall leg function. Studies show that seniors who correct their B12 deficiency often experience noticeable improvements in strength, endurance, and leg function. But here's a question: where can you get this critical vitamin from? Unlike many other nutrients that can be obtained from plant-based foods, vitamin B12 is found almost exclusively in animal products. The best sources include lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy products, and shellfish, particularly clams and liver, which are some of the richest sources of B12. For those following plant-based diets or dealing with absorption issues, B12 fortified foods such as cereals and plant-based milk, or B12 supplements, become essential. The good news is that vitamin B12 is one of the safest vitamins to supplement. Since any excess amounts are excreted in urine, there's little risk of toxicity. Many older adults benefit from taking higher dose B12 supplements or receiving periodic injections, especially if they struggle to absorb the vitamin from food alone. Regular blood tests can help ensure that levels remain optimal and prevent the gradual decline in leg function that so often accompanies B12 deficiency. But here's the most important takeaway. Strong legs are not just about muscle strength. They are also about nerve health, reaction time, and coordination. No matter how much you exercise, if your nerves aren't firing properly, your legs won't respond the way they should. That's why maintaining adequate vitamin B12 levels is one of the most overlooked, yet powerful strategies for preserving mobility and quality of life as you age. Following our discussion on vitamin B12, one crucial point becomes clear. Strong legs are not just about muscle, they're about connection. About how quickly and efficiently your nervous system communicates with your body. You could be exercising daily, lifting weights, staying active, but if your nerves aren't firing the right signals, your legs simply won't respond the way you expect them to. This is why maintaining optimal levels of vitamin B12 is one of the most powerful, yet often overlooked, ways to protect your mobility and independence as you age. Magnesium. The silent force behind every step. Now, let's talk about something that works quietly in the background, but plays an essential role every time you move. Magnesium. Magnesium is like the backstage crew in a theater production. You don't see it, but without it, nothing runs smoothly. Every time you walk, your muscles rely on magnesium to receive and respond to the brain's instructions. It regulates how muscles contract and relax, preventing spasms, reducing fatigue, and supporting endurance. One of the most common and most underappreciated signs of magnesium deficiency is restless leg syndrome, or those painful nighttime leg cramps. Sound familiar? Many older adults experience sudden stabbing cramps in their legs during sleep. It's not just annoying. It's your body crying out for help. It's a signal that something as fundamental as muscle relaxation isn't working right. Magnesium plays a critical role in calming overactive nerve signals. Without enough of it, your muscles may tighten or cramp without warning. For people who often struggle with muscle tension, stiffness, or involuntary contractions, magnesium could be the missing link. But its benefits go far beyond just muscle function. Magnesium is vital for bone density and joint health too. While calcium often gets all the attention, calcium can't do its job alone. Without enough magnesium, calcium may end up in soft tissues, leading to stiffness, discomfort, and even pain in the joints. In fact, studies have shown that higher magnesium intake is strongly associated with greater bone strength and a reduced risk of fractures in older adults. That makes magnesium not just helpful, but essential for long-term mobility. So why is magnesium deficiency so widespread? Because it's incredibly easy to lose. Stress drains it. So do many common medications, like diuretics, acid reducers, and certain blood pressure drugs. Combine that with diets low in magnesium-rich foods, and the result is a silent epidemic of deficiency. Over time, this leads to a subtle but serious decline in stamina. You may find yourself walking shorter distances, climbing stairs more slowly, or feeling worn out after basic daily tasks. Often, we blame age, but in many cases, it's not just aging, it's lacking the right fuel. The good news? Replenishing your magnesium stores can have a surprisingly fast impact. Many seniors notice fewer cramps, more energy, and smoother movement, sometimes within days. Even balance and coordination tend to improve because magnesium also helps regulate the neuromuscular connections responsible for steady movement. So where do you get it? Leafy green vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and legumes are all excellent sources. Pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, black beans, and avocados are particularly rich in magnesium. But if your diet isn't enough, or you take medications that deplete magnesium, supplements can help. Magnesium citrate and magnesium glycinate are especially well-absorbed forms that are gentle on the stomach. What's truly remarkable is how much of a transformation people feel once their magnesium levels are restored. Those heavy, sluggish legs suddenly feel lighter. That nightly battle with muscle cramps, it fades. Many people report sleeping better, moving more freely, and feeling more confident in every step they take. Potassium, the unsung hero, behind every step. Imagine this. You wake up, swing your legs over the side of the bed, take your first step, and suddenly, a sharp cramp grabs your calf. The kind that stops you in your tracks, makes you wince, maybe even gasp. Sounds familiar? This kind of experience isn't just a fluke. It's often a sign that your body is low on a crucial mineral, potassium. Potassium plays a central role in how muscles function, especially in the delicate balance between contraction and relaxation. It's like the conductor of a symphony, making sure every note, every muscle movement, is timed just right. Without enough potassium, your muscles can misfire, tighten, or cramp without warning. That's why when potassium levels dip, one of the first things you feel is often in your legs: tightness, sudden cramps, or even a feeling of heaviness when you walk. But potassium's impact goes far beyond cramps. This powerful mineral is also essential for maintaining proper hydration inside your muscle cells. When your potassium balance is off, your cells can't hold on to the water they need. As a result, muscles become fatigued more easily, and recovery from physical activity slows down. This can make everyday movements, walking, climbing stairs, even standing for long periods, feel more exhausting than they should. And let's not forget the heart. Potassium is critical for regulating heart rhythm. Just like it keeps your leg muscles moving in sync, it ensures that your heart keeps a steady beat. Low potassium doesn't just affect physical stamina. It can also contribute to feelings of weakness, irregular heartbeat, or even dizziness. Unfortunately, many older adults unknowingly consume far less potassium than they need. Why? Because potassium-rich foods like bananas, sweet potatoes, spinach, avocados, beans, and oranges aren't always a regular part of our diets. Plus, certain medications like diuretics, often prescribed for blood pressure or heart issues, can drain potassium from the body even faster. The result? A widespread, silent deficiency that quietly chips away at energy, balance, and mobility over time. The good news is that this can be reversed. When potassium levels are replenished, the change can be surprisingly noticeable. Leg cramps begin to fade. Energy starts to return. Even muscle coordination and balance improve, making every step feel more stable and secure. To support healthy potassium levels, focus on whole, unprocessed foods, especially fruits and vegetables. A single banana, a handful of spinach, or a bowl of black beans can go a long way toward restoring what your body needs. For some, increasing potassium intake through food may be enough. For others, especially those on potassium-depleting medications, a supplement may be necessary, but always under the guidance of a healthcare provider, as too much potassium can be harmful if not managed properly. In short, potassium isn't just about preventing cramps. It's about giving your body the fuel it needs to move with strength, confidence, and control. It's about protecting your legs and your heart from the inside out. Vitamin K, the bone protector. You didn't know you needed. We often hear about calcium when it comes to bone health, maybe even vitamin D. But there's a quiet, often overlooked player that holds everything together. Vitamin K. Vitamin K acts like the director of a construction crew, ensuring calcium goes exactly where it's needed. Into your bones, not into your soft tissues. Without enough of it, calcium can end up in the wrong places, contributing to stiffness, joint pain, or even dangerous calcification in blood vessels. For aging adults, this misplacement can have serious consequences. It can mean brittle bones that are more prone to fractures, or joints that feel tight and inflexible. But with adequate vitamin K, your body knows how to direct traffic, guiding calcium to strengthen bones and keep your joints moving smoothly. Vitamin K comes in two main forms, K1 and K2. While K1 is found in leafy greens like kale and spinach, K2 is present in fermented foods and certain animal products. K2, in particular, plays a powerful role in preventing calcium buildup in arteries and joints, making it especially important for seniors focused on both bone and cardiovascular health. Sadly, many older adults don't get enough K2 because it's not abundant in the typical Western diet. But even a small daily increase, through foods like natto, fermented soybeans, hard cheeses, or K2 supplements, can make a noticeable difference in bone strength and joint comfort. The result? Better posture, less joint pain, and a stronger, more resilient frame that supports every step you take. Vitamin B6, the nervous system's hidden ally. Now, let's talk about something most people don't associate with leg health: your nerves. Every time you move a muscle, a message travels from your brain, down your spinal cord, through your nerves, and into your limbs. This communication system is what allows you to walk, balance, and respond quickly to your environment. And at the heart of this complex network, vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 plays a key role in producing neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers your nerves use to talk to your muscles. Without enough of it, these signals become weak or delayed. You might feel tingling, numbness, or a slow, clumsy response in your legs. It's like trying to make a phone call with a bad connection. Messages just don't come through clearly. That's why a deficiency in B6 is often linked to peripheral neuropathy, especially in older adults. This condition can make walking feel awkward, unsteady, or even painful. And over time, it can chip away at your confidence to stay active and independent. Vitamin B6 also helps regulate mood and energy levels. So when you get enough of it, you may notice more than just better movement. You may also feel more mentally alert and emotionally balanced. You can find B6 in foods like poultry, fish, potatoes, bananas, and fortified cereals. And for those who have trouble absorbing it, due to age, medications, or digestive issues, supplements can offer a reliable backup. The bottom line? Vitamin B6 helps keep your nervous system sharp, your muscles responsive, and your steps steady. Final thoughts. Nourish your legs. Reclaim your life. It's easy to assume that weak or aching legs are simply a part of getting older. that slowing down is inevitable. But what if it's not just age? What if it's about what your body isn't getting? From vitamin D and B12 to magnesium, potassium, and vitamin K, each of these nutrients plays a powerful role in supporting muscle strength, nerve function, balance, and bone integrity. And when even one of them is missing, your legs feel the difference. The good news: you can take action. With the right nutrition, your legs can regain energy, coordination, and strength. The cramps, the heaviness, the stiffness, they don't have to be your new normal. So whether it's through a better diet or targeted supplements, start giving your legs what they truly need. Because when your legs are strong, steady, and pain-free, you don't just move better, you live better.